Hello, beautiful people. How you all doing? I want to welcome you back to my baking series. I remain your girl, Ololade Zainab Makodi, Bake with Lollipops. All right, so in today's video, I'll be trying out the red velvet cake again. The one I made in my previous video was bad, so I'm giving it a try again. So this is my second attempt on baking a red velvet cake. Hopefully, and I pray this comes out well. I'll try my best this time around. Actually, I tried my best in the previous one too, but this time around I'm hoping it will be better. Yeah. All right, guys, so let's do this. Sorry, before I proceed, before I start, I want to beg you all that you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe, follow, engage on my posts, follow me on Instagram, Bake with Lollipops, like, share, comment, repost on my videos, and engage on my posts generally. Let me just put it that way. And to my subscribers and followers, thank you all. I love you all with the love of God. All right, guys, let's do this. All right, guys, so I'll be reading out the ingredients I'll be using in baking my red velvet cake. Actually, I got this from YouTube too, because the first one I baked was from my cake Bible. I don't know what went wrong in my first video. I don't know. I think I made a mistake, but I can't really figure it out. But I went on YouTube to watch some videos on how to bake red velvet cake. So hopefully it comes out well. So in this for this version, or for this method of baking red velvet cake, I'll be making use of 2 cups of flour. Yeah, so this is 2 cups of multi-purpose flour. That is 400 grams. I'll be making use of 1 teaspoon of baking soda, as you can see, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm making use of 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of unsweetened alkalized cocoa powder. I'm making use of Asda products here. I'm making use of 1 3/4 cups, 1 3/4 cups of sugar. I'm going to bring that out. I'm making use of 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. So I'm making use of sunflower oil. I'm making use of 3 large eggs. I've got my large eggs here. I'm making use of 1 cup of buttermilk. So here is my buttermilk, as you can see, buttermilk. I'm making use of 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So this is my vanilla extract. This is the product. This is the brand I'm using. I'll be making use of my food coloring, 2 or 1.5 tablespoons of red food coloring. So I've got Asda products food coloring, and I've got this brand as well for my food coloring. So I'm going to decide on the one I'm going to use in this video. Then half cup of dark hot coffee. So this is my coffee. I'm going to make half cup of this. And what else? I think that's all. And I'll be baking my cake for about 30 minutes. So the first thing I'm going to do before I start the whole thing is to preheat my oven at 175 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. That's that. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm about to start now. The first thing I'm going to do is to mix my dry ingredients, so which are my flour, my baking powder, my baking soda, cocoa powder, and salt. So those are the dry ingredients I'm going to use, and I'm going to mix them and set them aside. So in my bowl, here is my multi-purpose flour, 2 cups, which is 400 grams. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of my baking soda. So this is my teaspoon. 1 teaspoon is 5 ml. 1 teaspoon baking soda set aside. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Let me get my salt. Here is my salt. And my cocoa powder, which is 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder. 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder. Okay, 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder. 1, 2. Yeah, set aside. So I'm going to mix all this together. Yeah, so here are my dry ingredients. Dry ingredients all mixed together. I'm going to mix it well. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, the color has changed because of the cocoa powder I mixed with it. So this is what I have. So mix it well until everything is incorporated. So mix and mix and mix. I'll do it. I'll do now. Lollipops. All right, so that's it. I'm going to do what? I'm going to set this aside. Okay, now so I'm jumping on my mixer. So in this bowl, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in my sugar. Guess what? I did not bring my sugar out. I'm going to do that now. I'm sorry, guys. So here is my sugar. I'm making use of 1¾ cups. So 1 cup, 1 full cup, and 3/4 cup of sugar. So this is my sugar. I'm making use of Silver Spoon brand. My cup, my cup. So this is 1 cup, and this is 3/4. Yeah, 3/4. Yeah. So this person said you can make use of 1 cup and am I right? Yeah, this person said you can make use of 1 cup and 3/4, or just make use of two cups of sugar. So depending on how your cake, like how sweet you want your cake to be, you understand? So I'm not using two. I'm using 1 and 3/4. So this is so this is 1 cup, and this is the 3/4. I'm gonna set this aside. Alright, so what am I doing next? The next thing I'm going to do is to add my vegetable oil. I'm making use of, like I said earlier, I'm making use of sunflower oil. So I'm making use of 3/4 cup of sunflower, so which is also 79 ml. This is it. I'm going to mix this for a few minutes on medium speed. So after mixing my sugar and oil, don't forget. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in my eggs. I'm making use of 3 eggs. I don't know if you can see from here. 1, 2, 3. As you can see the yolk. I'm going to pour it inside this my mixture I have here already, which is the sugar and the oil. And I'm going to also mix it together for a few minutes. Alright guys, so the combination I have here is my sugar, my vegetable oil, and my egg. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to add in my buttermilk. So I'm making use of 1 cup, 1 cup of buttermilk. So I've poured my buttermilk inside this just to make sure it is I'm using the exact size, or exact quantity of the ingredients. So this is 1 cup. I'm going to pour it in. I'm going to add in my vanilla extract, one tablespoon of vanilla extract. So this is my vanilla extract. And 2 or 1.5 tablespoon of red food coloring. Okay, so 2 or 1.5. Okay, I think I'm going to make use of 1.5, just to be. I need to be careful this time around. So I'm making use of this brand. She brand in my pressure. Ah, baby. Oh, I'm not sure this will be enough. Oh. Anyways, Okay, I'm adding my food coloring now. I've added 1 tablespoon, so I'm going to add half tablespoon to it. Yeah, what's going on? Wow. Okay, guys, I've added my food coloring. The next thing I'm going to do is to mix everything together before adding my dry ingredients. So I'm going to call this combination the wet ingredients. I'm going to mix for a few minutes on um, medium speed. So that's 4. Let me show you guys. Alright guys, I omitted one thing. Before adding my dry ingredients, I'm going to add my coffee. You know, I made mention of coffee. I'm making use of half cup of dark hot coffee prepared. So I'm going to prepare this and add it to my wet ingredients because it's also wet. Mix everything together for a few minutes before adding my dry ingredients. Okay. As you can see, I see the hot. So this is my coffee. This is half cup, which is 119 ml. Okay. Okay, my wet ingredients is complete now. So I'm going to mix everything together for a few minutes at medium speed. All right, so my cake batter is ready. So I've put the first batch inside my 8 inches prepared baking pan. So this is me trying to pour the rest inside the cupcake because I don't want the pan, my 8 inches baking pan, to be full. Like I don't want it filled up. So I had to put the remaining cake batter inside my cupcake pan. And I'm going to bake for about 30 minutes. Yeah. All right, guys. So this is what my cake looks like after baking for 30 minutes. I so much love this cupcake. So this is what the 8 inches looks like. So I'm gonna have a taste. I'm gonna have a taste so that I can rate myself. So this is way better than the first red velvet cake I baked. Though it is not giving me that exact taste of the red velvet I buy outside, but this is way better than the first red velvet I baked. And I so much love this cupcake. Look at it. I so much love it. If you want red velvet cake, please come and collect it. And do you know the funniest part? The funniest thing is that this cupcake tastes better than the one in the pan, like the one in the normal baking pan. So I'm going to rate myself 5 or 6. I tried. All right, guys. I'll see you in my next baking series. Bye.